Allan, welcome to Rise Above. You're, dude, thank you for coming on. You're sharing bits and pieces of your story, and it's truly a miracle that you are here. You have 15 months of sobriety.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take us through what it was like and where you grew up, what early childhood was like.
Bro, early childhood for me was, I didn't really have a home. I was a military brat. So it was like every 3 years you had to move around. So I think like where you are from is where you develop your character. So I grew up in Texas. That's where I developed my character. I was born in Louisiana, DeRitter. It was like right outside Fort Polk, Louisiana. And so honestly, like childhood for me was kind of rough. Like my dad he's not really my dad, which I've always known, but I didn't know until like a few years ago. So he used to beat the crap out of me and my mom a lot. Like a lot. My little brother never got beat, which is good. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
So my childhood, I kind of had to grow up fast. So hung out with the wrong people. I joined a gang when I was little, and I don't know, it was chaotic. So I enjoyed it. I thrived in chaos. Like that was my childhood was just chaos.
What are you allowed to share? What gang you joined?
I was GD. Yeah.
Gangster Disciples.
Yes.
So that they originated in what?
Chicago. Yeah.
And then were you in Louisiana or Texas at this?
I was in Texas at the time.
Oh, dude, that's a gang.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you still part of the gang? Disciples?
I don't bang.
Yeah.
I don't live that life anymore.
Yeah.
Like if people understood like the level of like trauma and war you have to get to this level of peace.
Yeah.
They don't like, I don't do all that. It's just part of my story.
Yeah.
So I don't rep it. You can never get out, but I don't rep it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't actively bang. I'm too old for that.
So moving around, being a military family, year, maybe 2 years in each school, you're bouncing around, then you have to make new friends. Were you kind of lost a little bit when it came to your identity?
100%. Like I try to tell people, like I got really good at being a chameleon. Like I can fit in with anybody, any type of crowd, but you lose yourself. But in hindsight, it kind of helped me become. So when I joined the military, the job I did was great because you had to be a chameleon. So it kind of panned out the way it should have. But I never felt that I belonged or I really had like close friends. I was just there.
Yeah.
So
when you learn those tools at a very young age, it could be very detrimental
100%
to your well-being down the road.
Yeah.
I learned how to do that at a very young age as well. I manipulated people. I was able to act a certain way so that certain people would like me.
Yeah.
It was like a sixth sense that I had to pick up on people, and then I was able to adapt.
Yep.
Which is scary. So you go to high school in Texas?
In Texas, yeah.
What was high school like for you?
High school was wild. I went to Little Elm High School, which is like a D1 high school in Little Elm. So you got Frisco, Waco, and then Little Elm. So like right across the street, Tony Darcette, his daughter went to our school. So we'd go to her house and like she'd throw these lavish parties and we'd end up robbing her house. So we would.
Wait, okay. So you used to go, can you tell us, so you used to go to Tony Dorset's house because you knew his daughter for parties and you would go there and rob the house.
We'd rob the house.
Okay. What did you rob from the house?
Anything. We were kids. So it was like, when I tell you like, so I lived in Denton and like Denton, so the house I grew up in was like we had well water and orange carpets. So we were like in the poorer area. But you go across the bridge and there's these big mansions and everyone's intermingled. So I used to hate these kids. I call them suburban thugs. Like I had a friend who was a blood. He said his dad bought him a yellow Ferrari and he didn't like the color. So his dad bought him a new red one on Friday. Like those are the kids I kind of grew up with. So they would throw these parties and think they're in gangs. And then all of us kids from Denton would go to these parties and just take whatever. We'd do something called licks. It's just the alleyways the way that Texas was. So the nice houses have alleyways in the back. So we just go back there and just open the doors and get whatever we could. I've had a fur coat, a bowling set, stuff you don't need.
Yeah.
But.
And then you'd sell it.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I had so much money.
Were you involved with drugs through high school?
Yeah.
What kind of drugs?
I only sold weed. So I'd get Reggie from Dallas. This is when Reggie was big.
Yeah.
So I'd get red hair Reggie and sell it. and then it evolved to dro. And then once it started getting to like powder, I kind of stopped. I didn't want to get in trouble.
Were you using or
No,
were
I was
you
only
just
smoking.
selling?
I was just smoking at that time.
Okay.
I did lean, and lean was rough.
Yeah.
So I did lean, and once I came off of lean, then I was like, I'm not doing drugs no more.
Yeah. So were you playing sports at all too through high school?
Basketball and football.
Basketball and football. Were you any good?
I was decent. Not enough to get like a scholarship, but I was decent.
Yeah. Okay. And then you graduate high school. What do you do after high school?
So before I graduated high school, I got locked up in a like bad kids home. So my last 3 weeks of high school, I was in this like bad kids home. So I had to come out and take the state test. So I took the state test. I passed, but they thought I cheated. So I had to do it again. So I took it twice. Then I graduated. I had 147 unexcused absences my senior year. And then after high school, my girlfriend at the time was pregnant. So I was like, I can go to college or I can join the Army. So I joined the Army. And I became an interrogator in the Army. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And then when I was at basic training, she had an abortion and drained my bank account. So that was my first stint with like a relationship.
Oh my God. So you're in training. Did you graduate training yet? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I had 2 weeks left before I went back home to see him.
Okay. And then she had an abortion, drained your account, and just bounced.
Just bounced.
You guys weren't married or anything?
No, I gave her a promise ring and all that stuff, but
yeah.
Nope.
How much did she drain?
All of it. My entire basic training. So basic training was 24 weeks.
Yeah.
And I came in as an E3. So I want to say the pay rate was like $2,000 a month, give or take.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 11, 12.
Yeah.
She took it all.
Hey guys, quick update. Every Monday night, I host the Rise Above Recovery meeting. It's an open meeting for any addiction, alcohol, drugs, gambling, food, whatever you're struggling with, you're welcome here. To get the meeting link and weekly updates, just email me at kevin@riseabovepod.com and I'll add you to the list. Also, if this podcast has helped you, please like, subscribe, or leave a rating. It helps us continue to spread the message of hope. Lastly, if you'd like to go even deeper with Rise Above, check out our Patreon. Supporters get access to live interviews and can chat with guests after the interview. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you graduate. How does one become an interrogator?
So become an interrogator, they call it a 35 mic. So it's a human intelligent collector. So you have to get intelligence through humans, like talking, interrogations, all that good jazz. But you have to have a good ASVAB, and then you have to pass your background. So luckily I passed it. I got my top secret clearance. And when I first came in, like, you could pick your job in the Army. And the only thing I said was, like, I want to know where the aliens are at. Like, I didn't take the Army serious when I first joined. They're like, you got to get a clearance. This is what you qualify for. And I was like, all right, interrogator sounds cool. Why not?
Yeah. So that's how you landed as an interrogator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you graduate. This happens with the girl. You are still in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
And how long were you in the Army for?
8.5 years.
8.5 years. Are you drinking, smoking weed?
Bro,
while
I was 18 when I joined, and it's a drinking culture. So my first unit, my first unit was Fort Gordon, Georgia.
Okay.
So I get to Georgia, and they're drinking. Everybody's drinking. I was going through like a handle of Hennessy by myself a day. I was messed up all the time, but it was normal. So everyone was doing it. They'd bring me out to clubs, and we'd all get in. So I was like, all right, this is it.
Yep.
It's a drinking culture. And at that time, if you didn't have a DUI, you weren't a real soldier. So luckily I never got a DUI, but that was the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before mental health and stuff was a big push in the Army. So it was like, and it was also don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were just hiding what they're doing. And it was chill.
Okay. So you're doing this. What year did you get out of the Army?
2017.
2017. And where were you stationed? You said in Georgia.
Stationed at Fort Gordon, Fort Knox, Kentucky, and then San Antonio.
Okay. What was the craziest base out of all of them?
San Antonio. That was a lot of fun.
What happened there?
It was just, you're in San Antonio, you got the River Walk, you got Mexico's like 45 minutes, you go to Laredo. It's in my hometown in Texas, so I can go all types of places. But we were set to like the South America missions, but I deployed to Africa. Mm-hmm. So that was so I deployed a total of 5 times. It was back to back. And so those deployments fucked me up. Excuse my language. They messed me up completely.
You're good.
And Like when I got back, I didn't deal with it at all.
Yeah.
So that's what messed me up. But being an interrogator, it hones your craft at being manipulative. Like it really does. And it's crazy how good you get.
Yeah. So when you were deployed all 5 times you went to Africa?
I went to Afghanistan twice, Africa twice, and then I went to Qatar. I went to other places. Like I have a certificate that says you've done a really great thing in an undisclosed part of the United States that you can't talk about. So the United States, I have like Kyrgyzstan. There's some places yeah.
Now, what was it like? Were you in any active combat zones?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
So my first deployment, I was with group. So I got to deploy with SF, the big boys. And it's completely different. Like I had a big beard, plate carrier, baseball cap, and like some 511s. That was my gear. And you're out, you have to, it's you and it's 6 other people. So you train up back in the States and then they single team you out. So you deploy with random people you don't know. Mind you, these guys have been training with each other for years. So you got to get in where you fit in. And it's fast paced. They do stuff a lot different than conventional. But it's a lot of fun if you do it the right way. But there's a lot of gray areas. Like really, really gray areas that you're like, dang, I can get in trouble if I do this. So you got to be good at skirting that line. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever shoot in an active combat zone?
Oh, yes. Bro, I got my first firefight. I froze my first firefight. I froze.
What happened?
We're in a bazaar. So it was a bazaar, and like this, everyone over there is allowed one AK-47 with a 30-round mag. Like that's normal. But in the bazaar, it's a little bit different. So my first firefight was a 12-year-old kid, and like he pulls out, like he aimed it up at me, and I just stood there. Like I just looked at him because I didn't want to shoot a kid. I wasn't sure. And then I hear like the bullets whizzing, and then my interpreter pulls me down, and we start firing back. But then his mom had a vest on, and she blew up in the bazaar. And then you have to do SSE, which is sensitive site exploitation. So you got to bag and tag whatever you find. Yeah.
Whew. I'm sorry you went through that.
Bro, I went through a lot of combat, but it was normal to me. Like trauma, it was different because it was a kid shooting at me. Yeah. And I also had my son at the time. So it was really different, but it was normal because it's chaos. Like I thrive in chaos.
Right.
But I don't know why I froze. Like it's different.
What is the craziest thing that you experienced in the Army?
Honestly, it just depends because I guess you see like you think of the Army, you think about morals, right? You think about a lot of morals, a lot of integrity. But I see the craziest thing for me is seeing like these high-ranking officials. When you deploy, you get something called a deployment boo. You're not supposed to, but a lot of married generals and stuff will not be married during their deployment. Mm-hmm. So you see a lot of these people that are supposed to have your back, and they're off doing whatever. And then like when a firefight happens or you're in active shooting, some of these people you've been training with won't have your back. So I think the craziest thing was my second time in Afghanistan. His name was Specialist Lopez. And we're inside of a A&A base. So it's the Afghan National Army and then us. And he's walking in. So you have the MRAPs go in, and then you have to walk behind it to make sure he gets to the right spot. And one of the tower guards came and shot him in the back. Like shot him up. His AK-47 jammed, but he shot him. And we're on the corner. And like a lot of us only had M9s. So M9 versus a 7.62 bullet, we're not really doing damage. But we were like who were we with? The Mongolians and Chets and stuff like that. So we had a Czech sniper shoot him. But we also had a government shutdown in that time. So they didn't want to pay his family out the money that he was owed. So that to me kind of like, it showed me that I'm just a number. They don't really care. They can replace you tomorrow. Like you can find 1,000 interrogators, 100%. You're just a number. You're a per stat, which I did not like.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's like the logistics of it. Mm-hmm. And like you're sitting in, it's a business,
100%.
Essentially. And you're part of that business and you're realizing that. And it's more than that. It's human life at stake. Yeah. So you mentioned before that you had a kid. What year did you have, you said your son?
Mm-hmm. 2012.
2012 you had your son. And is that with your wife now?
Yes.
Okay. So take us actually back. So how did you meet your wife?
In the Army.
Oh, she was in the Army with you.
She was at my unit, Fort Gordon.
Got it.
We met in the Army, and she was going through a divorce. We became best friends, and then she wasn't originally supposed to have kids. Like, we weren't supposed to have kids at all. She got in a car accident. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm okay with not having kids.
Yep.
But somehow we had Elijah, and he was born with amniotic band syndrome. So, like, scar tissue wraps around and, like, cuts off certain of his digits. So when he was born, they, like, pulled him away and was like, baby's missing these digits and all this other stuff. Like, he had a club foot. He had, like, a tail on the back of his head. And he had to have 6 surgeries before the age of 2. So Achilles tendon was cut. He was like this little skateboard thing. He's a resilient kid. Like, I look up to him. Like, he's a dope kid. I love that kid.
Yeah. He's 13 now?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know.
So you go on. No, I guess we'll go back to, 2017. You leave the Army.
I was medically retired.
Medically, was there an accident or?
No. So they tell you if you need help, ask. So when I asked for help, like, mind you, I already had 5 deployments. So they're like, what's wrong? So I just started telling them. And they were like, yeah, you have PTSD, so we're going to medically discharge you. I was upset because I'm like, you told us to ask for help, you're not going to get kicked out. But I asked for help and I'm getting medically retired? Like, this is crazy. So I was medically retired in 2017.
Okay. And was your wife still in the Army at that point? Or?
She got out and she became a nurse in 2014.
Okay. And then you get out of the Army. Where are you guys living at this point?
When I got out, we were in San Antonio.
Okay. And did you have any kind of substance abuse other than just drinking from the Army?
No, brother, when I tell you nothing, like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
2017, I didn't do nothing. I didn't start going heavy into substances until 2019.
Okay.
Yep.
So take us through what led up to you indulging in other substances in 2019.
This is fun. So 2019, we moved from we moved from San Antonio back to Georgia. And this is 2018-ish.
And you have the one kid?
We have 2.
Okay.
My daughter was born 2016.
Okay, got it.
So we have 2 kids. So boy and a girl, and then I got snipped. I'm 2 and through. Not doing no more. Not doing no more.
Ladies, he snipped.
But we get to Georgia, and money's not doing really well because I'm a contractor at this time. So they have at-will contracts. You got to find it. But they're like, you can go to Qatar. So I went to Qatar and I did FMV, full motion video. So I was watching drones. And she was back home, and then her friend moved down. A friend from like her like childhood moved down from New York, and somehow it turned into 2 other friends. And there's a total of 6 adults in my house, plus 1 kid, her friend's kid, and plus my 2 kids. So I'm paying all this money to them. Then my wife finds a boyfriend, moves him in my house, and I'm in Qatar. And I believe, like, for me, like, I'm loyal to a fault. Maybe that's my problem at times. But I believe, like, the magic isn't getting married, it's staying married, for better or worse. Like, it takes 2 to tango. So I know along the way, I messed up on my part. I never cheated, but I messed up on my part. So I was like, cool. But I was a wreck. So I left that job to come back home to try to fight for my marriage. Didn't work out. She was messing with some dude. He was like 21. And how I found out is like Snapchat. My daughter was on his lap. I was like, who's this dude? And then I went through her phone, which never go through the phone, ever. It was like 2 in the morning, and he's in my bed. And she's doing facials. Bro, I was livid. Livid. So I bought a motorcycle, and I left my house that I was paying for. I drove 14 hours in the rain. It rained the entire time, from Georgia to Texas to my mom's house. And then I started working at Walmart. And I got a call for a job in Maryland. And it was like cyberhuman. So I was pretty much like a internet interrogator, which is cool. But I went from Walmart, I went to Maryland making $125 a year. So I was like, put me on. But when I get to Maryland, I started hanging out with the wrong people. I met some porn stars. We started hanging out. And my first interaction to cocaine is they had a big old like Scarface amount of cocaine on their table. And then it turned into me doing 8 balls a day by myself for months.
And this is in 2019.
This is 2019.
Okay, so
that's
you're
all the way into 2020.
Okay, so you're living in Maryland, and you're hanging out with some porn stars, introduced to coke.
Yep.
And you build up this 2 8-ball a day habit. And where does it go from there?
Honestly, so My wife had an overdose, and my only reason I found out was because my daughter told me. She's like, we saved mom's life in Georgia. They're still in Georgia. I'm in Maryland. So I'm paying for a house in Maryland and an apartment in Maryland and all the bills down in Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, there's some other of my kids. Like I said, I'm loyal to a fault. Like, whatever she was going through, I was like, fuck, I'm just going to pay for it. So I paid for that, and I had the money, so cocaine was easy. But when my daughter told me that she overdosed, and like they were like, we saved mom's life, she was turning blue, like that kind of put something in me. So I kind of slowed down on cocaine. I slowed down on cocaine, but I started doing like Percs, which is not any better. But
Perc 30s?
Yeah. Perc
the blues?
30s, the blues.
Oh, man.
I know. They're cheaper up there.
Yeah.
So started doing Percs.
What did she overdose on?
A fake Perc 30.
A fake Perc 30. She got a fentanyl 30.
Yep.
When did she start using?
She started using, which I didn't know this at the time, but the people she was hanging out with, she started using when I left in 2019.
When you were in Qatar?
Yep.
Okay.
They started using heavy. When it came to like, she was buying 60 10s at a time. So I was paying all this money and she was buying like a lot, doing them every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so she gets a fentanyl 30, overdoses. Does she go away? Or?
No, she hit it. CPS didn't know, none of that.
Oh, wow. Okay, and you only found out because of your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you're in Maryland. You're now indulging in Perc 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to 2020. Are you still in Maryland at that time?
Still in Maryland.
COVID hit?
COVID hit. I'm still working.
Okay.
I was still working.
Were you seeing the kids or?
No,
okay.
I didn't see them.
Was she like keeping them from you?
She was saying if I wanted to see them, I'd come see them. But I only had a motorcycle. So I was like, but I did it. I went and saw them one time for my daughter's birthday. And I just got, I was making good money. So I was fine. So I drove on the motorcycle to go see them. I saw them and I went back up to Maryland. And then they were getting kicked out of Georgia. But she found a different boyfriend. And so he paid for her lease. So when that lease was going up, they moved back to New York. This was the end of 2020. And somehow her and I started talking again. Like I'd go to New York, which is 4 hours away from where I live. So it was great. I see the kids all the time. And then somehow her and I started talking again. She was like, I miss you. I was like, I miss you too. I want the family back. So they moved into Maryland with me. But she brought her habit with her. And I was only doing Perc 30s. I mean, it's still a habit. And then we ran out. And one day she was like, you want to do some cocaine? And the habit picked back up. So I started doing cocaine. And then I lost that job in Maryland. I lost that job.
I mean, I could read between the lines as to how one would lose the job, but
I popped out. I popped out for cocaine.
Oh, okay. You popped on a drug test.
Yep.
Okay. I had assumed that you just probably stopped showing up, but
no, man, I popped.
Okay.
Popped.
And then they randomly drug tested you. You're done at the job. Now you have no income.
Nope.
Okay. And you're living in this apartment with your family.
Mm-hmm.
You both have raging drug habits.
Yep.
Are you both doing opiates together?
Opiates and cocaine.
Okay. Does it progress to
Doesn't progress anything further until we moved to Jacksonville. Okay. Because when I lost that job, I also gotten, I don't want to say in bed, but he was a pagan in Maryland and I would deliver for him. So I still had my motorcycle. So he'd pay me $1,000 a week and I'd just drive around and drop off. Like he had this whole deal set up. It was on Signal. You can put in your order and I'd drive and drop it off. So he was funding me. He was giving me drugs and money.
Wow.
So it was great.
Okay.
It was really great. And then I wanted to stop. I was like, I can't do this. I really can't do this anymore. She wanted to stop. So I got a contracting job in Jacksonville. Okay. So then we left Maryland and went to Jacksonville, Florida. Okay.
So you guys moved down to Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
What year is it now at this point?
This is 2021, April. Okay.
April of 2021. You're doing the contracting job. Yeah. How are things going there?
It started out good because the kiddos were with her mom in New York, so we can get settled. It was summertime. So we went down there. Everything's good. We're both off of everything. But Collins and Blanding in Jacksonville is known for fentanyl and all types of illicit stuff. So I go out to work one day and there's some girl overdosing on my car. And my wife's still a nurse. So she was like, let me help her. But then that help turned into her trying to become her best friend. And then when I came back from work that day, she's on pills. She's like, I'm just not ready to stop yet. And I was disappointed. I was like, come on now. We just came down here for a fresh start. What's going on? I guess I have poor impulse control when it comes to that lady.
Yeah.
So I just I started doing fentanyl. It was purple and blue fentanyl. Yeah.
Can you explain to us what it was like the first time you did fentanyl?
First time I did fentanyl, I felt at peace. I didn't have no war dreams. I didn't have no feelings. All the feelings of not being good enough, all of it went away. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, when I first did fentanyl, I was like, I found something to ease my mind. And it was great. It was really great.
Were you sniffing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you were sniffing fentanyl. This can't be good, but where does it take you from there?
It took me to compromising my morals. So then she would start hanging out with these drug dealers and getting drugs for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was upset about it, but we both had an addiction to feed. And I was getting behind on rent. And then I lost a job in Jacksonville. And then we left Jacksonville and went to Texas. And that's where my life took a turn. Texas is where it all went downhill.
What kind of turn does it take?
Bro, I went from snorting fentanyl to becoming loyal to the foil. Like, I would get fentanyl every day. And then it moved to crack cocaine. So I was doing crack cocaine and fentanyl every day for both of us. So it was like $600-$700 habit a day. And I wasn't doing nothing but that. And I never injected or nothing, but I got so good at doing fentanyl. Like, if I lit it on the foil and it burned black, I could tell you it was cut with B12 or dormant. Like, it was horrible, but I was loyal to the foil.
So $600 or $700 a day habit.
A day.
What were you doing to get $600 or $700 a day?
I was stealing. I was selling my stuff. I'd pawn my guns. I've had like 7 PS5s, which I wanted one bad. I'd pawn it, get it back out, because I got retirement too. I was 90% for the Army. So every month, I know I'm going to get $2,900. So I would pawn it, and then it became, we're driving drug dealers to Austin for pickup. We're doing licks. We're doing stuff that we should not be doing. And at the same time, I didn't want my kids to miss out, like, being with them. So they're in the car with us half the time. Like, it was rough, man. Like, I really did put drugs before my family.
Yeah. So let's go back 15 months from now. How did you end up going to rehab?
Man, it was May 21st, CPS took my kids.
Okay.
May 22nd is my daughter's birthday. So that's how she remembers her birthday. Yeah. And then May 28th, I flew down to Florida.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened. It's weird because I didn't have any charges. I never had a drug charge. She got caught with paraphernalia with my daughter and another girl in the car. That was her first time. And then CPS was involved because in Texas, if you have paraphernalia, it's just a ticket. But since there's a child involved, they alert CPS, which I was mad at CPS, but I'm so grateful for them. Like, I'm so grateful for them.
Now you're grateful for them.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful because I look at it, I put them in so many dangerous situations, like, multiple times. And to see that child love, like, they would open up their piggy banks and be like, I know you're sick, so, you can take this money. Oh, man. Like, I was very honest. I think I kind of messed up because I was too honest with my kids. Yeah. Like, for Father's Day, they'd be like, I didn't want you to overdose, Dad. Like, that was their only request. But they knew every step of the way. Yeah. So I was very, very transparent with them. And it was tough. It was tough, but that was my wake-up call.
So you end up in Florida, May of 2024. Does your wife go to rehab as well with you?
Yeah, we both went.
You both went together to go to rehab. Okay. Yeah. And you go to rehab. You guys are separated.
We went together. We did detox and res and PHP together. Okay. But she was talking to my roommate at the time in rehab.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, you do the steps and you got resentments and stuff. Like, I'm trying to get over this one resentment, but it's hard. It's really hard. It's not hard in the sense of, like, I get people do stuff. Like, I get it. Cheating happens, which sucks, but it happens. But, like, what this dude did when I went back to Texas, he was texting my son, telling him I overdosed and that he's going to be their father. Like, to me, that's a level of disrespect. Like, a little bit different. Yeah. And again, I didn't bring those people in my life. But we get there, we do PHP, and then her words were, we should go to separate IOPs to focus on ourselves. I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. She went to Tribe, with him. And I came down to Pompano. And that was honestly the best decision I made.
Yeah.
The very best.
Sounds like she has a problem with
with love and romantic
with love
and dudes.
attention and
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, so you find this information out while in treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So you're newly sober at this time.
Yeah.
What did you do to get through that? I mean, yeah, you were in a controlled environment,
Mm-hmm.
but like also too, you eventually get out of treatment.
I was mad. Like I was honestly like I took suggestions. I was literally leaning on the people around me.
Yeah.
Like the friends that I did make in rehab, like they're lifelong friends.
Yep.
So I leaned on them. And
Yeah.
they'd be like, look, it's not worth it. It sucks. Yes. Like she shouldn't have did that, but you have so much to lose if you react. I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. But that you're right kind of like, it hurt. So I was like, the level of disrespect, I'm like, I could just show you one time. Because I believe everyone deserves one good ass whooping in their life.
Yeah.
I believe that. But at the same time, I was still dealing with CPS. So if they see anything violent, then I'm not going to get my kids back. So I'm like, I'm stuck. And on top of that, like, honestly, all the trauma and stuff I go through, like they say you use your wounds to wisdom. So I can't do anything about it. Like I want to. It's easy to do something about it, but it's harder not to. And I think that's the best decision.
Sounds like you turned your will over.
I had to. I had to, because when I'm the CEO of my own company, which is me, I run it to the ground.
Yeah.
So I can't do that no more.
So you have 15 months sober.
Yep.
What has the journey been like in sobriety the past 15 months? Like, what are some things that you did, that you implemented in your life in sobriety that helped keep you sober this whole time?
Honestly, the gym helped me out a lot. It helped me out so much. Like when I first got down here, like we'd go to the gym every day and I couldn't bench press 185. I was weak, man. I was weak. Now I'm at 330 and I'm feeling great.
You're benching 330.
I'm benching 330. I'm feeling great. But like the gym, and I do stuff. I don't sit around and just wait on stuff to happen. Like I go out and do stuff. And I have so many adventures now in sobriety, and I remember all of them. Like I do food reviews. We made a music video, like random stuff, all sobriety.
Yeah.
Like and I meet some really good people. Like when I tell you your net worth is your network, it's amazing on how many people you meet in sobriety, and you're like, wow, like this is great. Like if you want to show me your future, show me your friends.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing. Like just last month, I was able to go see my kids. We went to Niagara Falls for my son's 13th birthday.
Wow.
Like sobriety has given me so much back. Like life's life. Life be life. Don't get me wrong. I mess up a lot. I work a program. I don't work a perfect program.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs. I don't drink, nothing like that. But, I think because I also work in treatment, like it's not taxing to be like, all right, I got to do this amount of meetings. But it gets like, all right, I need to make a new balance.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to go there. You've made your life sobriety in the sense that your job is in the addiction space. So there is definitely something about helping other addicts and alcoholics. What has helping others done for you?
Bro, it's helping others has actually made me like feel worthy of when people say thank you for your service. Because if people really understood what I did as an interrogator, they wouldn't really thank me for my service.
Yeah.
Like my job was to manipulate you into telling and trading secrets on your government and your friends and family. Like that's not thankful. But like doing this work, you're really on the front lines. Like you are the difference between somebody coming in and changing their life or staying back out there. So you got to really enjoy what you do. And I tell everyone I'm on the phone with, I'm like, listen, man, like the beauty about recovery is right now you feel like you're alone. I know because I've been there. And you feel like no one's going to understand what you've been through, that you're the only one. I'm like, when you come to recovery, you can find yourself in everybody's story, which reminds you that you're not alone. And it's a blessing. Like, it's such a blessing. Like, I thoroughly enjoy my job.
Yeah. If you could give one piece of advice to the listener that is currently in it right now and potentially looking to make or take that leap of faith, what would that piece of advice be?
The best piece of advice I would say is, what detox is like 30 days? What is 30 days to the rest of your life? Like, A lot of people make that excuse. Like, I don't have time or it's too long.
I made that
Yeah.
excuse.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is 30 days to the rest of your life? Because you don't know. Like, we can get back everything in life. You can spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, house, car, you can get it all back, but you can't get back your time. Like, that's the most precious currency. So if you're spending it doing the same cycle, like, I'm going to stop. This is the last time I'm going to do this last hit. Like, we all got another relapse, but we don't have another recovery.
Yeah.
So if you have that chance, what's 30 days to the rest of your life?
Yeah. One quick fun question, if you're allowed to share this. When getting into the Gangster Disciples, was there an initiation?
Oh, yeah.
Are you allowed to share what the initiation is?
I don't care, bro. I'll tell you. So mine was different. So mine was, I had to earn my stripes. So we had to hit licks, which is robbing people. So everyone calls licks different, by the way. I just want to let people know that. So in Texas, hitting licks is robbing people, but it's also like selling yourself. I wasn't selling myself. I was robbing people. I was robbing people, fight your rival gang. But I say mine was, I had to earn my little stripes. So I had to do a little drive-by shooting. Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hit anyone?
Oh, I know I hit him.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Did you lights out?
I don't know. I just hit him.
And just kept going.
I haven't seen him. So
damn.
Maybe.
How do you make amends to that one?
Those are hard. Those are hard because I've done some terrible things to people. I really have. Like I've done stuff that I should be arrested for. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've done things that are pretty bad. A lot of us have done some shitty things. But like for me, it's like the way I make amends is never reacting and being that person again. It's an everyday amends. Like I have a lot of anger in me. Like I love confrontation. I'm good at fighting. I'm really good at it. And I'm good at destroying my life. So as long as I don't live like that no more, I feel that I'm making amends. Because during that time, the people who I was, shooting at or they're shooting me, I got stabbed. Like the people I was doing that to, we were doing it to each other.
Yeah.
It was the way of life. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. So my mentality is like, if that's you, it's either you or me. But it's different because here in the stateside, like that's my mentality. You or me. Over in Afghanistan, shooting a kid is different. Like I'm in your home. Like I'm invading your country. Yeah. So it's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, my amends, the way I make amends today is just don't live that way.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. It really is. There are certain amends that we can't make, whether the people are not around or injuring someone else or, causing distress to someone else. But we just continue to live the right way moving forward. And that's the best way to make amends, make a positive impact in the world. Can you share the story about when you got stabbed?
Yeah.
Dude, I love how you're laughing at all this.
Bro, I laugh at my trauma because like I look at it and I'm like, bro, there's some times I should have been dead. Like I should have been dead. Yeah. Like we were in Dallas. We were in Dallas where was we at? South Dallas. So in South Dallas at this party. It was a lingerie party. I'll never forget it. Lingerie party.
You were in a man thong?
Banana hammock.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But we were in a lingerie party and I went to the wrong party because I'm GD and there were a bunch of Bloods. So it was me and like two other GDs. And we walk in there and a certain song comes on and everyone's throwing up the red flag. And I'm like, oh, shit, like we got to go. Like we have to leave. So I go to turn around and this dude, mind you, I was messing with his girlfriend at the time. So I understand why he was upset. I get it. But he was like, oh, you're here with your boy. Like, let's fight. Just shoot a square one, which I'm fine with that. If you want to fight one-on-one, I'm so good. But I know how Bloods operate that will jump you in a heartbeat. So me and him start fighting and I bump into this girl. And next thing you know, like when I went to look back, like he grabs me and like stabs me right here on the side. That hurt so bad. But I didn't feel it at first. All you feel is like it was cold and then it got really hot and then I couldn't breathe. So you hit my lung. I was like, that junk hurt so bad. And then he ran, which pissed me off because I used to get jumped a lot by them too. So that's the only reason why I joined in the first place because I used to get jumped by Bloods every day. And I didn't want to join the gang. So I finally did. And it was okay because I got my get back on him. But that junk hurt. It hurt so bad.
You went to the hospital, patched you up. You ended up being okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just hurt.
Well, Allan, I want to thank you for coming on. Your story is definitely going to help a lot of people out there. I appreciate your vulnerability, wanting to come on here and, just to help someone who is out there struggling, or even someone with time who just needed to hear the story of hope and adversity. So thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, dude.
I appreciate it.